So I'll do that waiting thing to pause to see if it starts to generate an audience. Yeah, I'll do that waiting thing. And if you're watching on YouTube, yeah, I'm just doing the waiting thing to try and build the audience. So yeah, I'm just going to wait a little bit, and then we're going to get into it, and we'll see how we go. Come on. Right, there we go. So let's crack on. So what I'm going to talk about today is an interesting one, really, about how to be happy by... There we go. How to be happy by lowering your expectations, which is a bit of an odd one, really, because I think if you follow any sort of positive thinking and positive stuff, it's almost like we're told to be, you know, have high expectations, set ridiculously high goals and all this sort of stuff. So what does this mean? Well, a few months ago, I watched a documentary on happiness and how the Stoics in ancient Rome used to, particularly a guy called Seneca, his key to happiness was actually lowering his expectations. And it was actually happiness stroke reducing anger. Because what he said was people get angry when they've got really high expectations and they expect everything to work out okay. And this guy who was doing this documentary was actually interviewing and sitting with a guy driving a van around London. And he was saying to the guy, why did you get so angry? And he was like, well, because of him and because of him and because of him. And then he said to him, well, what do you expect? You know, and the point he was trying to make was, well, if you're a driver in one of the busiest cities in the world, well, of course, you're going to be stuck in traffic and you're going to face other people on the road and you're going to face some people with some questionable driving skills on the road. So the problem, I think, with a lot of us is we go into things expecting everything to work out okay, because we're sort of taught that you need to go into it with this positive, sort of, you know, optimistic attitude. And of course, that's important. It's got its place. But realistically, a lot of things... open up a lot of challenges. Like, for example, if I look at my business and I look at what I do, people go into a weight loss journey or a diet or a fitness class and they expect it to be easy, or they expect it not to be, you know, and then when it's hard or when it's difficult to stick to, they're surprised by that and they throw their toys out of the pram and quit. Well, it's obviously going to be hard because it's meant to be. Because obviously where you are, if you're looking to improve yourself, well, that involves a process of change. Yeah, so it's not going to be easy. But if your expectations are, I'm going to lose £2 every week, I'm going to be fit in no time at all, well, you're going to be disappointed. So it's about being a little bit maybe pessimistic and saying, okay, what are the potential things that could go wrong here? What do I need to look out for? Yeah? Rather than going into it going, it's all going to work out great. And then when it doesn't, getting angry and then quitting. Yeah, it's like anything. Business is a classic. I work for myself, been doing it for nearly 8 years. The classic with a lot of business people is they come into it thinking everything's going to be okay. They make no provisions. They've got no discipline. You know, they've got no structure. And then they wonder why, you know, it all goes tits up. Well, the truth is it's not a job. Yeah, and you don't get paid unless you're on it. Same with what I do in terms of weight loss and fitness. You know, you can't go into this thing expecting it all to work out. You can't go into this thing expecting you to drop weight every week. You can't go into this thing expecting the workouts to be easy, the diet to be easy and all that. What you've got to go into it is you expect it to be challenging, because it is. And if you go in with that lower expectation of the results, yeah, then when the results do start to happen, you feel better, rather than going in with a ridiculous expectation and then quitting after no time at all, which helps nobody. Yeah, you are only successful at what you are consistent at, what you stick at. Yeah, you are only successful based on what you stick at, and it doesn't matter what you stick at. There's all these fitness professionals online, different subject matter, but arguing about what's best. Is resistance training, cardio, food, whatever. Truth is, whatever you stick to is going to give you a result, okay? But you've got to work on this sticking to things. And to do that, you have to lower your expectations, particularly at the start. Because then, when you get the results, you're happier. You know, if you go out, if you go out with, like I said, if you're driving and you're going out in rush hour and you're surprised at there being traffic, well, you need to look at your expectations, because what were you expecting? You know, what were you expecting? What were you expecting of your first exercise class in a while? What were you expecting of, you know, changing your dietary habits? What were you expecting of the new business, the new relationship, the new house? What were you expecting? Were you expecting everything to be easy? And if you were, that's your problem. So if you lower those expectations and say, actually, let's prepare for what could go wrong, you're better equipped then to deal with challenges. And some people are just not equipped at all to deal with challenges. They want everything to be easy. They want it to be comfortable all the time. And change in anything, whether it be fitness, whether it be business, whether it be relationships, whether it be whatever it is, a change is difficult because you're having to question assumptions and beliefs you have about yourself. Yeah? So go into this thing expecting it to be hard and don't expect miracles. Don't expect it to be easy in the first couple of weeks. Lower your expectations. Prepare for the fact that you might quit. Prepare for the fact that it's going to be hard. Yeah, prepare for the fact that, you know, you are going to wobble and you are going to get distracted. And if you prepare for the negative stuff, you're better equipped to deal with it. And that's what gets you through a change process. What gets you through a change process is the ability to deal with the negative side of it. Because the upsides are going to look after themselves. The good stuff looks after itself. You need to prepare for the negative stuff. You need to prepare for what could go wrong. So if you lower your expectations, yeah, you are more likely to stick to it, because you'll be surprised when things go better, and you won't be surprised when things don't go so well. Yeah, this is change your life stuff. It's really important. It's really important. Everyone's puffing out this positive, you know, quotes and all this shit, but the truth is you've got to be prepared for the negative stuff, because that's what's going to wipe you out. Yeah, a quote and a meme and all that ain't going to get you through the challenges. What's going to get you through the challenges, firstly, is accepting that you're going to face them, particularly if you're looking at a change in my business, weight loss fitness. You know, you can't go into this thing expecting it to be easy. You can't go into this thing expecting it to be, you know, like I said prior, yeah? So the key is lower your expectations, and then you won't get as angry if things don't go the way you want it to. If you go into everything with high expectations, expecting it to be easy, you're going to be disappointed, angry, and ultimately unhappy. And that's what stops people sticking to something. They expect it to be easier than it is. And it's not easy. But it's a lot easier than being out of shape and hating yourself, let's put it that way. So, you want to be happy, you want to reduce your anger levels, lower your expectations, get on with the work you need to do, learn, and question your assumptions. Yeah? It's really powerful stuff. Have a good day.